Every day, make a choice to choose yourself. I know this is one of the hardest because people would brand you all sorts. People would say you're just being too hard on everybody. But people would even go as far as saying you're just being heartless. But every single day for the past few months, I have consciously chosen to say no when I don't feel something. And that's the highest form of self-care. Hello guys, my name is Mimi, and as always, this is a dash of colors. Thank you so much for always tuning in and listening. Today, let's talk about you and the whole noise in today's world. I'll call this choosing yourself. The truth is that people will always want you to do things for them. People will always want you to be present. There will always be noise. There will always be everyone demanding your attention. And it doesn't change the fact that there are times when we really do not feel like doing it. Sometimes we just want to do it because we do not want people to look down on us or to make up scenarios in their heads about who we are. And as a result, the problem is that most of us are overwhelmed, we're tired from choosing other people other than ourselves. There are different ways that I have been learning how to say no in a very polite way, and people really don't understand it, but to me it is an act of self-care and self-love, because I know that I'm the kind of person that constantly sacrifices myself a lot for people, sacrifices what I want to make everybody around happy. And even though this is like natural to me, I feel like people have taken advantage of this a lot, and people continuously make me regret going all out for them. So I have decided that I would always choose myself first in every situation. And it doesn't really matter if everyone is comfortable with it. It doesn't really matter if it hurts any other person. The most important thing is that I am going to do it for my conscience. I'm going to make sure that my choices are suitable for my conscience. I'm not going to get one out because I want to impress everybody. I'm not going to let people sway me about because I don't want them to have a wrong impression of me. When I got out of my last relationship, I vowed to myself that I had given too much for someone who probably did not deserve all that, since he never really brought the bare minimum. And I told myself that I would never settle for anything that is less than what I truly deserve. And I don't care how long it takes, but I have chosen that I'll always say no in situations that do not meet up with the standards that I have set for myself. And I really don't care how long it takes. So let's talk about the fact that most of us are always trying to impress everybody. We're trying to put people first. We're trying to put how they will feel first. And we totally ignore ourselves. And the issue is sometimes we end up being very regretful of choices that we make, because at the end of the day, we lose sight of ourselves and lose sight of our own standards and principles because we're trying to make sure that every other person is carried along. I'm not actually saying that being selfish is really good, but yes, selfishness is very great. I'm sorry if you're feeling hurt about that, but please ignore all background noise. I have no idea what's going on around my area. But guys, love yourself well enough to detach yourself from situations that make you compromise yourself, make you compromise your principles, make you compromise your standards. This also means that you have to have a clear clear definition of what your principles are. You have to have a clear definition of what your standards are, so that when someone tries to do things that are totally compromising, you would know that, hey, this is a no for me. And learn to say no. You don't have money to share, say no. You cannot help someone out right now, say no. Right? Learn to say no. Everybody will come around. If there's one thing I tell myself that if I wasn't here, people will always find alternative. And that helps me to move away from situations where I feel like I have to sacrifice myself. Because the truth is that people will always find alternatives to whatever thing that they really want if they don't get it from you. And if you weren't even there in the first place. This includes family as well. So know when you're sacrificing yourself so much. Know when you're putting yourself so much. Know when you are trying to do everything for everybody, trying to make everybody around happy, trying to make everybody feel loved and cared for, and you totally neglect yourself. And then one thing I know is that when you take care of yourself and when you prioritize self-care, it's very easy for this to reflect in your relationship with others. But then when you're constantly not focusing on yourself and focusing on every other thing around you, focusing on every other person, most times the energies that you're trying to convey is forced. And you would notice that you're struggling to keep up with all that. But when you sincerely care about yourself, it is very easy for you to know how much you can do for every other person around you. So I implore you today to learn to choose yourself, even in situations that make you feel or look like a bad person. If it's going to hurt you, if it's going to make you feel completely miserable at the end of the day, choose yourself. The truth is, people always come around, no matter how long. So thank you for listening. I hope you really enjoyed today's episode. My name is Mimi. This is a dash of colors. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to leave a thumbs up if you're listening to a platform that allows that. And don't forget that you can listen to this podcast on any of your preferred platform. There is AudioMark, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, wherever you want to listen to this. All you have to do is to search for a dash of colors. And do not forget that we have a Telegram community, and you can always send me a personal message on Telegram by simply searching at dash of colors. Thank you for listening again, and see you next time. Bye.